Hi YouTube, ACDodd here again, and welcome to another episode of On the Road Tuning with me, ACDodd. And today, it's Metro Magic. So where are we today? We're up in Holmfirth, and it's Metro Magic Day. So we've got two Metros, and we're going to start off with this Mark II Van den Ploeg. I remember these back in the day. Van den Ploeg leather interior, beautiful. Look at that, all original. Lovely looking car. The only thing that's not quite original about this one is it used to be an auto, it's now a manual. But then again, that happened to many a Metro back in the day. And in my view, a very good modification. So moving round to under the bonnet, we have a 1.3 litre A series. And I do believe this isn't the MG version, this is out of a 1.3 GS Metro. So a few things we need to do, one of which is, same as I did with Ed's back at the beginning of the year, was just do a cam check to see what cam I've got. We're also going to change the airbox for the MG type, and we'll get it dialed in. Okay, so this is Ian. Ian owns these Metros that we're going to be doing today. So why have you called us down today, Ian?
Basically, the cars are running okay, but really flat at the bottom. You know, one of them won't run without the choke on all the time. And to be honest, I'm okay pulling an engine out and putting it back in again. But when it comes to the minutiae of making sure the timing's right, the fueling's right, you know, it's just, you know, bewilders me.
Okay. Well, what we'll do then is we'll get stuck in and see what we can find.
Lovely.
Okay, so we got stuck into this one. Now, first thing I'm going to do on this one is, as usual, because we don't really know what the engine is, I'm just going to do a valve lift check and see what camshaft's in this engine, whether it's a standard 1275 A plus or if it's the 998 A plus cam. So let's get stuck in and get that done, and then we can move on to the ignition system. So we've done our valve clearances. They were all loose on this particular engine. It's okay, I've sorted them out now. And I've also gone through and done a quick measurement, and we've got about the same lift on the inlet and exhaust. So this one uses the 1275 camshaft rather than the 998. So I can now proceed with the tune. Okay, so got the engine back running again. Got new HT leads, new spark plugs. Obviously replaced the rocker box gasket after doing the valve clearances. I've already checked the timing. The timing's actually really good, and the advance curve's very good on this one. So now we're going to change our attention to the carburetor and see how that's running. So needle wise for this Metro, we ended up with a BDL needle. The one that was in it was a BEJ, which is what would have come from the factory for that type of engine. Engine number is a 12HE25, and it has got the standard 1275 A plus camshaft in. So the needle wise, it's quite a thick needle, which is restricting the fuel with the standard airbox. But because we now fitted the MG airbox, we fit the engine needle. I've measured it. It needs a little bit of modification towards the mid and top end of the rev range, which is what I've done. And therefore, we are ready for a test drive. So let's get this in. Okay, so we got this one all dialed in. Got the air filter on, custom needle in there, sorted out the oil in the dash pot, new spark plugs, leads. Didn't have to do anything with the timing in the end. The distributor advance curve and the timing setting were fine. And obviously we got the little torque round pipe on the end as well. So this should go quite well. So it's time for test drive. Okay, so Ian's been out in his Van den Ploeg now after the tune-up. So what do you think, Ian?
It runs like it never has before. It goes like stink.
Okay, so what does it feel like on the throttle? Any flat spots?
No flat spots at all. Pulls away really quickly. Lots and lots of low end torque.
Yeah.
You know, drives absolutely bang. Just literally, you know, it's willing.
Yeah.
It feels really willing, and it's never felt like that before. Excellent.
All right. Well, I'm glad we did a good job on this one. Let's see what we can do on the next one.
Lovely.
Okay, so next car, Metro GS 1.3, and it's even got the original TDXC Michelins on it. Look at that. This is another Mark II Metro, so not leather interior, but very plush on these. Very nice car. Showing only 50,000 miles. Then under the bonnet, we have another 1.3 A series, A plus, same engine as the previous one, HE25 on the engine number. So yeah, let's get stuck in and see what we can find. Okay, so digging in a little bit deeper, I've removed the spark plugs. We're going to put a new set in because they've been in there a while. Check the resistance of the coil. We got a 1.5 ohm coil, and because we've got a 65D Dizzy, we should be having a 0.8. So we're going to change that to a 0.8 ohm. Leads are gone, so we're going to fit a new set, and then I'm going to look at the rockers. Okay, so got all the new coil fitted, new leads, new plugs, and then we got down to the distributor. So got the engine running, checked the advance curve, both vacuum and mechanical advance, and we've got nilch, nada, nothing on either. So we've got a completely seized distributor. So what I'm going to do now is take that out, and then Ian's gone off to see if he can find me a spare one or any spare parts, so we can see if we can put together a distributor. So first sign's not all that is not well inside the Dizzy. We've got it out, and then obviously tried to take the rotor arm off, and it was seized solid, which broke on removal, and then we can see the state of the shaft. So I suspect the inside of this is in pretty poor condition. So let's have a look. So in terms of what's going on in here, we've all rotted together and seized up. So you can see it's seized up midway, and that mechanism is unable to move. So that's half the problem. And then if we move on to the end of the Dizzy, where the vacuum can is, that's in the same state. The centre shaft has corroded around where the coil rotates. So, the magnet rotates. So what we're going to do is change the Dizzy. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I can free this up and get this working. So the solution to our Dizzy issue is a new power spark unit, which has been recurved by myself. This has got all the right bits and pieces on it, so we'll get that bolted in there now, and that should really wake this engine up. So needle wise on this one, we're going to be having another BDL needle, and then we are going to modify that. We're a bit lean at 5,000, we're a bit lean at progression, and I suspect we're a bit lean at full power as well. So I'm just going to add a little bit of fuel, mid and top end, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we got this one all finished up. So ended up with a drilled air box, so it looks standard. I agreed it with Ian that we'll leave this one looking standard, but actually go rather well. So just listen to that. That sounds epic. Anyway, just to finish off, yeah, we are a new Power Spark Dizzy, Power Spark coil, new leads and plugs. Anyway, it's ready for a test drive. Right, so Ian's now gone out in the second car of the day. So what do we think of this one?
Goes like the clappers.
Cool.
It was really, really flat before. It kind of struggled without the choke on. It goes like stink. It's got loads of low end torque. Really delighted with it.
Excellent. Okay, so you also made a comment about it being quicker than MG Metro as well.
It's quicker than any MG 1300 I've driven.
Okay, all right, excellent. Well, thanks for getting me down today, and I'm glad I was able to make such a difference to your cars.
Pleasure, mate. Cheers. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that episode with two nice Metros there. Just wanted to say, actually, that the Austin Metro represented the wolf in sheep's clothing back in the day. I know that might sound like a strange statement, but what I mean by that is, you know, the engines in those cars were equipped with effectively what was a stage 1 kit. They had decent sized manifolds and long centre branch exhausts already fitted from the factory. Hence, they were quite economical, and they were held back really by the ignition timing and the air filters that were fitted by the factory, apart from the MG Metro, of course. Yeah, that's why Austin Metros actually respond very well to tuning, as you can see in there, even with the owner saying that those cars are, you know, potentially quicker than any MG Metro he's driven. Well, obviously, the MG Metro would respond as well to the same tune, same sort of tuning. But it is interesting to note that people don't realise that those little Metros do go when you set them up, and they can be absolute miles out of tune. And the second car there was a good example of that. It had fixed timing because its distributor was seized, so it only had 29 degrees at idle and starting and at full power. So any other than full power, it ran terribly. And of course at full power it was running very lean because it had a standard needle and a quite restricted air filter. So by drilling the airbox and then unleashing the airflow and then richening the fueling to compensate, and you get the results there, as Ian can testify to. Anyway, so as ever, please like, subscribe and share, and if you know anybody who's any Metros, I can tune them too. So thank you very much.